catcher behind Vincent Bale jumping out of the ground in last week's maturity heats. The race shape most probably sets up good for him. I'm just not sure where he lobs off the wide draw here tonight. And how strong Lamia Miller is going to be over the 500 is the other question. We've seen her put in a really good run the other week at Geelong over the 460 when just beaten by House of Turbo. And we've seen House of Turbo last week in the heats of the maturity run some really good sections and just had ethanol water camped on it to get over it late. But no doubt Lamia Miller will be off and gone early in the proceedings. It's just going to be a question, first time over 500, how strong she's going to be.
Well, we're going to have a look at one of our last replays recently. We won't do that. We'll go one better. Kat, you've got Holly Thompson.
Sure do, boys. And Holly, we've seen this girl carving it up around the provincials. This is her first time here at the Meadows. What are we expecting from her tonight?
Oh, she's got a good early pace, so hopefully she gets the start right and in front around the bend and see how she goes over the 500.
I don't think your dad would have him in the kennels if there are any slouches, and he's not one to take a risk, I suppose. So it gives you a little bit of confidence, and punters out there as well, that, you know, she's going all right and she's ready for the assignment.
Yeah, she definitely is. She had a look around here earlier this week, and hopefully, yeah, she just gets that start right and should be all in her favour.
Hopefully the box helps as well, because drawn near the inside, we know it's so beneficial here at the Meadows.
Yeah, it definitely is. You definitely want to be inside the track rather than outside, and hopefully, yeah, everything she uses to her advantage.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Holly Thompson, boys. Lamia Miller looks a red-hot chance here in race number 3.
That she does, Kat. She's got faultless speed, as we've known, Nath. We've seen it so often on the provincial circuit. She comes in the Meadows for the first time tonight. How well do you think she's going to run out the 525 metres?
Well, it's a question we're not sure about. A month ago or 6 weeks ago when we seen her over 390 at Shepparton, I would have thought it was beyond her means. But what she's done the last couple of weeks, she ran home in 1380 over the Ballarat 450 after leading, ran 25.02 there. And I was really taken by her and House of Turbo 2 runs ago. When they match motored throughout, they went 25.57. She only just went under on that occasion. We've seen House of Turbo come to 500 through the maturity heats last week and be awesome on speed. I think she might be able to get it, I really do, and I think she'll be able to light up the clock early. Wouldn't surprise me to see her run 17.60 or somewhere around that down the back, and certainly give them something to chase.
So if she's out in front, she's setting these fast early splits. What's happening behind her?
Yeah, well, that's going to be the question. Obviously, Zara Marnie's going to be trying to get a forward position as well, and then the likes of Departed, Piccolo Bale will try to be setting behind that speed, Jace, and then for me, it's a question where Zipping Hopkins gets to. A greyhound I wish just drew closer to the fence here, screaming out of the ground last week over the 525 in a maturity heat. If he drew close to the fence, I would have thought he would have got the last crack at him. He's going to rely on a lot of luck. I map him being last early, and from there, giving a head start to the likes of Lamia Miller might be a task too great here.
2815 for Nathan Rooney. New favourite here, number 5, Zara Marnie, $2.90. Lamia Miller, $3.10. She'll be out in front. Can she hold on? Let's find out. Here's Dan.
Getting set. Race number 3. This is the Amron Boyett Stud Mix 4-5. It's a really cracking Mix 4-5, it has to be said. This very deep race. Lamia Miller, first go in town. Zara Marnie has been backed into favourite now. And the green light is turned on. And the lure rolls. Set to run. Race number 3. They're set. And away, Lamia Miller jumped fairly well, is going to hustle through. There was speed from Never Be Alone on the outside, Zara Marnie. But Lamia Miller got to the first turn in front, then got a little bit of a check. So Zara Marnie, and driving through to take the lead was Never Be Alone. It's out by 3 on Departed to second. Piccolo Bale running on. Zipping Hopkins starts to truck up. Behind them was Arinka Daniel, and then Aston Gaga. Zara Marnie and Lamia Miller are out the back. It's Departed reaching the lead. Zipping Hopkins is coming. Departed 1.5 length over Zipping Hopkins, and Piccolo Bale ran 3rd. 4th across the line was a photo, probably Arinka Daniel over Never Be Alone, and then came Aston Gaga, and the 2 favourites ran out the back, Zara Marnie and Lamia Miller in 30 and 24. Number 1, Departed.
Departed wins race 3 here at the Meadows and took advantage of the good draw, Nathan. He's a good dog, won at good odds as well. Zipping Hopkins was it, but shoot, but in the end, left it too late.
Yeah, the race changed complexion where it looked like Lamia Miller went amiss through the corner after finding the early lead, 5.05, and then just looked like something went wrong through the first corner, and the race changed complex from there. Departed was able to get the cold drop on him, take over through the middle stages, and then fend off Zipping Hopkins, who was jumping out of the ground late. He's just waiting for an inside draw. That greyhound, he's racing in good form, just missed again.
Departed, so you got in the 3rd. Kat, you with Craig Salkin.
Number
Sure am, and Craig, what a performance that was. It was a tough run. A bit of a drop in class for him, I suppose, tonight, so you would have gone into the race with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, there's still a couple of handy dogs in there, but when he's not an overly strong dog. He's not the strongest 500 metre dog, but yeah, he got the job done tonight, so the owners will be happy.
They will for sure, and hopefully not the end of the good night for Team Britain. You've got the 2 runners in the Group 1 later on tonight. How do you separate them? I suppose they're both going to be going around as outsiders in tonight's race, but how do you split them, the 2 little sisters?
Oh, look, they're both kind of similar but also different. You know, they both ran great last week. You know, we don't worry about what prices they were. They qualified, so we're over the moon with that. And yeah, Barry will be happy as well.
The box draw makes it a little bit tough, though.
Yeah, a little bit, but you can't win it sitting on your bed. You've got to be in it to win it. So,
if you had to choose between them, which one would you say is the better chance?
it's hard to tell really. They're both strong running bitches. So, you know, the weather the way it is, you want a strong running dog. So, hopefully, if they can turn in a handy posse, then they put in a big performance.
Good luck. Hopefully, we're chatting later in the night.
Hopefully. Cheers.
That was Craig Boys after Departed's brilliant win in the 3rd race. And, of course, they've got Tully Luna and Mapunga Tully going around in the Maturity Classic later on tonight.
That they do. Top winner at good odds. And, Nath, as we mentioned before, exactly that. And although the time's not awfully fast, it was a top win in a pretty good field. And one thing I want to point out as well, speaking in depth about breeding before, here's by Tommy Shelby and Cosmic Owl. Unfortunately, Cosmic Owl was put to sleep a couple of weeks ago, which was really a difficult period of time for the Sharp family, who had her on their couch for so many years, and she's been an amazing producer for a long period of time.
Yeah, very good litter, this one already starting off, isn't it, out of the Tommy Shelby litter?